Speaking of not going anywhere, Kamille, who is now another new talent with some potential that's not, there's no preconceived notions of her amongst a mainstream national television audience because she's been in the NWA and nobody's seen her. And she has to be hooked up with the absolute worst talent in female wrestling today, Mercedes Moon. I think, can we say that she is the female equivalent of Pockets in this company now?
Oh, I don't know if I would go that far. At least,
oh, come on.
I don't know. I've never...
Explain one good promo, one good performance, one anything that she has done since she has come here and taken this Mark's money, besides go out there and do rotten fake promos with bad acting, have rotten matches, and get people to go, oh, fuck, not her again. Let me drive 10-penny nails into my testicles instead of watch this.
She does good moves in the ring.
She does?
That's what I hear.
I don't remember seeing any. So Kamille, in a handicap match, 2 against 1, beat Susie and Hoosie. And then Mercedes did the promo, and nobody gave a shit about their CEO. They want their CEO to go away. And poor Kamille, and then after she recited the line, this is why I'm even talking about this now, because otherwise nobody'd give a shit. But she recites the lines about Britt Baker, and then Tony Schiavone says, excuse me, Tony Schiavone reveals what?
Let me just say, you said she recites the lines about Britt Baker, that Britt Baker is suspended by her EVPs.
Well, yes. I'm sorry, I was going to cover that here in the question I'm about to ask, but yes, her EVPs have suspended Britt Baker. But then Tony Schiavone in the back reveals that Christopher Daniels has told him that Tony Khan has told him that Tony has overruled the Elite and reinstated Britt Baker. Whereas the Elite suspended Britt Baker, Tony Khan has overruled them and reinstated her. So, help me, Brian, then why doesn't Tony Khan just overrule all the crooked shit that the Buckaroos have been doing, that have been coming out of the effete EVP locker room? If he can do it for one, he can do it for all, can he? Then why are we subject to this?
Yeah, it makes no sense. And again, remember, the Bucks beat him up. That's like been forgotten about. They beat him up. They're still allowed to do whatever they want, except now it's been established he can overrule them. We were told they had ironclad contracts, which meant they couldn't be fired, but also they could just run wild. And then all of a sudden now, that's not the case.
They're overruled. And they're not sustained, Your Honor. They're overruled. Objection, you're overruled. So this makes no sense. They drop the guy on his head. Then they go on a campaign of running roughshod over the company and making up their own rules. And they fire Chris Daniels, and then Tony brings him back and makes him his spokesman. And I guess Chris Daniels gets to be the one to run from the gorilla position over to Tony Schiavone and whisper in his ear, hey, Tony just said this. But who's running this fucking thing? Everybody is fucking the dog and nobody's holding its head. That's why you're not getting the satisfying experience of full dog fucking.
Well, again, I don't know if I would use that talking about Tony Khan. He gets very sensitive, apparently, when talking
Well, no, I was talking about Britt Baker and these guys. That's who's involved here. Because then Britt Baker popped up on the screen to cut a promo on Mercedes Moon, and that was very lengthy. And she apparently Britt got a nice makeup artist in her new contract comeback, though, because her hair was flawless. It was looking wonderful.
Yeah, I used to think she was skinny. Now she's wearing like 8 pounds of makeup.
Well, they put it on with one of those things the trowel that you spread mortar when you're trying to build a brick wall, which is what she's doing. She's building a wall around the women's division so that nobody can come in unless they come through her pearly gates.
Her locker room, yeah.
Yeah, get out of my locker room. Anyway, you ready for the main event, kid?
Oh, that wasn't the main event? Yes, let's go to the main event.
No.